Welcome back to Hayes on the Range. Today we're reviewing the Springfield Echelon versus the Glock 17 Gen 6. We were going to do the Gen 5, but we figured we'll give it a better shot at winning this versus using the Gen 6 since it has more upgrades. I have individual videos on both of these guns. They're basically the same purpose. They're full-size duty style pistols. So we're going to go over the trigger, the recoil, and run a few drills and tell you what we think. So we're going to start it off with a few build drills. We're going to run one on each and tell you what we think about the trigger and which trigger we prefer, and then we're going to shoot some steel after this and tell you what we think about the recoil. Yep.
Stand by.
Everything was high. We don't want to talk about that. That was my first shots of the day. That was a cold start. What was that? That was like 3 seconds.
2.45.
Oh, that was better than I thought, but still. We should have warmed up. Let's try the Glock. We're about to do the build drill with the Gen 6 Glock.
Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by.
Let me tell you, I could tell the difference with, actually I'm gonna save it, I'm gonna let you go next. But that was kind of rough. I don't even think it was trigger freeze because I usually let the trigger go all the way, but dang, maybe I've been shooting fancy guns, so now like an old fashioned Glock just feels different.
Got the Glock 17.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
Oh my goodness.
That wasn't bad. It was a 475. All your shots was, let's take a closer look. Your shots was like
Most of them are
pretty
in
close
C.
to each other, but it was just low. Where was you aiming at?
Well, when I aimed down sight, I couldn't really see the sight.
Oh yeah, because remember with the Glock, you kind of got to angle your wrist a little bit. So it's kind of the same with the Echelon. All right, yeah, we're going to give it another try.
Got the Springfield Echelon here.
Ready?
Yep.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Time 4.9. So it was just a little slow on this one, but it was a little slower on this one, but you had more in the A zone on this one. We're gonna talk about the trigger. As you can see, these are the triggers on both. It is empty. And if I had to pick which one of the triggers I like best, actually I'll let you say which one you like best. I don't want them to think I'm influencing you.
Well, first, honestly, I like the Springfield Armory trigger better because it's like more my style when it comes to those type of triggers because it's lighter, honestly.
All right. And I would have to say the same. The Springfield is just a little cleaner of a pull and it's a little lighter. It feels like it's like 4.5. And the Glock 17, this trigger is like 5.5 pounds. And you know it's kind of mushy. It's just like a Glock trigger. There's nothing to write home about. So with that part, the Springfield Echelon wins. Next, we're going to check on the recoil. All right, y'all. So we're going to just do some shooting on some steel. I got the Glock 17 Gen 6 up first. I'm going to tell you right now, as far as like which one feels better in my hand, I think I might have to give it to the Gen 6 Glock. I like the way this stippling goes all the way to the top. We'll see. Yeah, this one definitely shoots softer. I'm not gonna lie to you. Actually, let me get the Echelon out. All right, so now we got the Echelon. I forgot to say, yeah, we shooting 124 Blazer in both of these just to make it a fair comparison. The Echelon might get back on target just a little faster, but the Glock definitely shoots softer. And it still feels good in my hand, but I probably would have to put a larger back strap or some different grip tape on there. Let's see what you think, Bryce.
Glock 17.
What you think about it?
For the first one, I mean, I pulled it a little too hard, you know, because I wasn't expecting the trigger, like the trigger, like like I don't really like the trigger on this Echelon.
So what you think? Make sure it's stay pointed.
Oh yeah, the trigger is really nice, but again, on the first one I pulled it, but yeah, the trigger is nice.
Which one felt softer shooting to you?
The Echelon.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So final thoughts. The price difference on these is probably like $75, so it's not even that big of a price difference. So if I had to choose one, I'm not sure what I would choose, because like I feel like if I was just gonna run it stock, there you go, that's gonna be my answer. If I was gonna run it stock, I would pick the Echelon. But if I plan on doing any kind of upgrades and everything, then I would pick the Glock 17 Gen 6, because this just naturally feels better in my hand, but the trigger is rough, and the recoil is better on this than it is this Echelon to me. But the Echelon does come with a lot of features. The mounting system on the Echelon is better. It comes with better factory sights. The factory trigger is better. So out of the box, I would choose the Echelon. But if I was doing upgrades, I'd put a new trigger in the Glock, and then I would choose the Glock. And the price difference on these is only about $75, so it's not even a big deal with that. What you think, Bryce?
Honestly, I like the Echelon better because like the only reason I like it more is because like the trigger, and when it comes to triggers, I'm really big on that because like the feel of it. And that one's like a bit too heavy for me, but I like this one better because it's light. And the Glock, don't get me wrong, it's reliable, it feels nice, but I just don't like the trigger on it.
There you have it, y'all. That's our review. Well, our verses on the Glock 17 Gen 6 and the Springfield Echelon. Let us know in the comments what you think and which one would you choose. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.
They both
Welcome to Haze on the Range, y'all. We back with another video. Today we are comparing the Springfield Armory Echelon versus the...
Bruh.
All right, y'all. So we just gonna shoot some steel on this one. I got the Gen 17 Glock 6. I said features. They basically, what is bothfully, bro?